Hello, people. Welcome again to yet another episode of Semi Leontari. I'm your host and Silver Lion, the Gym. Kilgore's Athletic 3 is who I have as platform guest today. You guys are my first athletes to appear on the platform, and it's more than an honor and a pleasure to have all three of you aspiring, athletically inclined young men with us here today. Since you three are brothers, I've decided to interview you three together. And we have your parents just off camera here in the studio as well. On every episode of this platform, I'm always trying to leave you out there watching with some fun facts or something educational. My facts today are in the arena of football itself. Hope you enjoy them. The first version of football, called Kuja, originated in China over 2,500 years ago. Number two, 1/3 of the NFL's teams have never won a Super Bowl, and 4 teams have never appeared in a Super Bowl. The heaviest player in the NFL history weighed 379 pounds, if y'all can believe it. And the tallest is 7 feet. The shortest player in NFL history is 5'1". I mean, go figure. That's shorter than Spud Webb. The longest football game ever recorded lasted 3 hours and 23 minutes. Imagine playing that one.
Exactly.
And only 1.6% of college players will become a professional in the NFL. We certainly hope and pray that all three of you across from me here today are successful in your respective fields. Okay?
Yes,
how you guys doing, gentlemen?
I'm good. Great. I'm glad to be here.
Okay. So we're gonna get this started with you two. I want the people to know that all three of these guys are brothers for one, and all three of them are athletes. Okay, I know you used to run track, and I don't know if you guys had track experience or not.
Yeah, they did it all.
So
we did it all.
Y'all ran track too.
Mm-hmm.
Did any of you guys play basketball?
Yeah.
All of y'all?
No. Well, yeah, when I was little, but not.
I'm talking about as an
adolescent. No.
Okay. You guys
we
played for school?
In high school, yeah.
Okay. So you two played in high school, and
I played like Pee Wee, but the sports I played when I got to high school was cross country and track.
Okay. Now let's do this right quick, so the audience can be familiar with who you guys are. Mm-hmm. Let's get you guys to, I guess, tell their first and last name.
Okay. I'm James Kilgore, Jr. I'm the oldest of 3.
Okay.
Gerald Kilgore, the middle child.
Jalen Kilgore, the youngest.
Okay, so all y'all in order.
Yeah.
Man, that's great. I didn't even pay that any attention, man. But I used to cut these guys' hair, just in case they make it. I just want that known. Okay, so you guys started here in Baldwin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell us about that experience about Baldwin, you two. For football.
Well, football-wise, we started real young, honestly. We originally from Millsville, but we moved to Edison, to Putnam. So a lot of people may not really know that, but as far as just being in Millsville, we probably started playing when we was around 5 or 6, and then we was playing with the Baldwin Bulldogs. They used to be a real big just football travel team, like when we was younger and stuff. And it's a lot of guys that are real successful from playing from that program. Not only us two, but you got like Javon Bullard, who just got drafted, and Michael Welch, who plays at Colorado right now. He plays running back at Colorado. So it's been real success from that program. And just growing up, playing around a lot of guys in Millsville, we just made a lot of connections with even a lot of people who know us like today, like that just see us around. They definitely. We just saw a guy yesterday. I think we was at Lowe's, and we hadn't seen him since Baldwin Bulldogs, but he recognized us and said, "What's up, man? Good to see y'all doing good." So stuff like that's just real exciting, like just from playing.
And what was it like for you playing football?
It was great for me. I was a year under Gerald, so I think it would be 1 year we played together and 1 year we didn't play together. So it was good, just like always playing with him, having that connection as a brother. and just being raised by the coaches that we got brought up by with Coach Will. He coached me in a lot of sports, basketball, baseball, track. He was like another father to me. Coach Jesse Washington, I want to show my respects to him as well. He taught me how to first run a football, how to use my vision on the field, on offense and defense. Yeah, it was just he was a great coach towards my career, and I just want to thank him for that too.
Okay. And what was it Baldwin like for you when you were in Baldwin?
Oh,
Running, yeah, you just ran track in Baldwin. Is that correct?
I played soccer as well.
Okay.
But, yeah.
What was that like for you? I mean,
Growing up doing recreational track, because I'll talk about more on track because that's what I end up doing further in my career. But I started off track at Baldwin Recreation Department with Coach Barry, Coach Shine, doing pretty much the two coaches I was with. But it was a great experience. I started when I was like 6, 7 years old. My dad had got me into it, and we all started off at 6, 7 years old. But it was great. It brought me up. It helped me make connections that I still have now with the teammates that I had and everything. So, yeah. And it got me to college.
I hope I'm not speaking too early, but y'all guys are some pretty good speakers. You know, I mean, I haven't seen you two in years, but it seems like y'all boys have matured very well, especially with speech, and y'all got great composure.
You got a pastor as a father that make it easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that part as far as asking about that. You know, okay. So now you were in the nursing program, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we have that up on the screen here. You attended Clayton State, and you guys attend right now University of South Carolina. Okay, so but we're gonna come back to that part.
Mm-hmm.
What we're gonna do now is ask you guys what was the differences that you noticed in between going to school here in Baldwin County when you guys transitioned over to Putnam. What was the differences that you noticed?
I'll probably say just the environment of people, because I feel like, you know, even though, you know, Millsville and Putnam and Edison is not, you know, that far apart, it's only a couple minutes apart, like it's still a totally different environment. Like there's way more people down here in Millsville than it is in Edison. So just kind of even given, you know, even more of a small town type of feeling, that's what Edison kind of gives off. And I like it as far as like, you know, everybody knows everybody. And it's pretty much the same in Millsville as you know as well. So,
yeah.
But, you know, playing there, it just felt good to make a name for Baldwin and as well as Edison, because we still represent Baldwin County. So it's real good to have both, you know, sides of, you know, like what I'm trying to say, like
have both have
like,
experiences in both counties
and have love being shown from both sides or both two different cities and everything. So it's like it's been a real good feeling.
And what was it like for you, Jalen?
It was great, just because even when we was raising up in Baldwin County, we knew a lot of people from Putnam County because we went to church down there. A lot of people knew our grandfather and our father, so we had some connections coming into Putnam County with the coaches and everything. Like they was telling us, because when I was playing in high school at Baldwin, I only played defense. I didn't get to play both sides of the field. So but when I came to Putnam, they allowed me to play both sides of the field, wide receiver and safety. So I feel like that was a great experience for me because it expanded my recruitment wise. Like I can look at coaches can tell me like you could play offense or defense, and they'll make them more excited about recruiting me. So yeah.
Okay, all right. And for you, was it?
Yeah, I didn't get that experience. I was at Baldwin all my life, from recreation to high
so
school.
So you graduated before the move.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So let me get down to what I want to ask then. Okay, let's get this straightened out. So how is it now that you guys are in the University of South Carolina? How is that? What's that experience like for you?
It's great. Just knowing that we can be back connected again, how we usually was back in the day. So, because I know everything he had going on at his other school, Tennessee Tech, and I know how hard it was for our family with them coming to both games and my brother not be able to see me play and me not be able to see him play, and our parents having to split up. I know that was hard on them. And whenever you think about it, like it's just even going to the games, it's just knowing like my mom all the way in Tennessee and my father's here for me is just having that on your mind. It's kind of hard just knowing when they're not together, because I know we better as a family together. So just knowing that he right by my side, and it's things I can tell him when I'm in trouble at school or I need to get out of something or I'm going through something, I know I can just tell him. It's better telling him in person, asking for it, than calling him on the phone or anything like that, and just being separated like 6 hours apart, I think.
Yeah.
So it was just better just being back reconnected.
One of you guys went to a different college. I was told one of you guys went to a different. That was
Yeah,
you.
that was me.
What college did you attend initially?
Like you said, it was Tennessee Tech University. It's in Cookeville, Tennessee. Real small school. Like you said, I mean, even coming off the question, it was just like, for me, the experience wasn't, Tennessee Tech was a very, tough experience for me. I went through a lot at the school. It was some ups, but it was definitely some downs there as well. So being able to move and come to a different environment, it was good. But being there and having the little brother, to, be on that type of stage, I had a lot of guys, which I like to talk about my family. Like, I like to talk about the accomplishments that my brothers and people that are doing. So like when I'm asked about it and they see him on TV as well as I saw him, it was like it was good because I felt good talking about him. And like it was like, how he played this weekend, I saw him make this play, make that play. I was like, yeah. And then even having the opportunity to go to some of the games, because I think I went to like 2 games. I went to the Tennessee game when he caught his first interception, and then I went to the Clemson game and he had a real good game there. But like just being there and being able to watch him, even though I wasn't on the field with him, like it just made me feel like a real big brother moment, like real, so it felt good. It was good.
Yeah. So are you two guys, what position are y'all playing?
I'm playing nickel. I played safety last year and they moved me to nickel in the middle of the season, so I'm really playing both, but right now I'm established at nickel.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm playing safety. So
Okay, but you were quarterback.
yeah, I was a quarterback at
Putnam.
at Putnam, and then my first year and a half at Tennessee Tech, I was still playing quarterback, and then I switched to safety that spring, and really like the middle of that spring, like because the first 5 or 6 practices of that spring, I was still at quarterback trying to, make a way out with that, trying to still pursue that, and I just didn't really see something sparking for real, so I just left, and I didn't leave, but I just switched my position, and I had a few struggles and throughout the season, being new to the position with coaches and everything, but I eventually just kept working hard. They put me out there on the field, and I had a good end of the season. And after that season ended, that's when I got in the transfer portal.
Okay, so you guys are definitely right now in your minds, you definitely aspiring to go pro.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Now for you, back to going to the nursing program, what was that like for going to Clayton State University? What was that like?
So Clayton State was a very hometown school. I didn't really want to go to nothing too big or nothing too small, but it gave me the experience I needed. Once I entered into the program, I had a very great experience. I met people. I bonded with my professors. It was great. Getting through the program, it was challenging. I'm not going to say it was hard. I've been pretty good at school all my life as far as getting the work done, not making no excuses, getting to the books at all times. But it was a challenging program, but I got through it. I graduated with my Bachelor of Science and nursing degree. Do you want me to go into as far where I'm at right now?
Yeah, of course.
So right now, after I graduated, of course, most people know after you graduate nursing school, you have to take this board test called the NCLEX. Right now, I have not passed it. It has been a year since I've graduated. I've used to be kind of scared about saying that, because I didn't really like the fact where I was in that moment comparing to myself to my classmates that already went on and passed the test, that's already been prosperous in their careers. But at the point where I'm at right now, I haven't passed it yet. I'm going to pass it. I'm going to keep trying and do what I need to do to be successful on this test. But I'm content with where I'm at right now. I'm a patient care tech at Putnam Newton Hospital in the ER, where I did get an offer to become a registered nurse. So that position right now, God willing, is still open for me to have when I do end up passing this test. But as of right now, I'm just thanking God, and I'm just blessed for where I'm at, and He's been keeping me, and the test's gonna get passed. So
yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah. What do you think is the hardest thing attending
College?
Clayton State? Yeah.
Clayton State. I say the hardest thing about attending college is just, I don't know, because college I'm not going to say it was hard for me, but I guess others, saying staying focused, but there's never been an issue for me. Staying focused, I always knew the goal. I always knew that I wanted to be a nurse. Healthcare was my thing. So just staying focused. I knew when to go out, when not to go out. So yeah, I guess staying focused would be the general answer.
What would you guys response be to that same question? Like, what do you think the hardest thing for you? In
I'll
college?
probably say some of the same. Because me personally, everybody has their own, outlook on how they believe their experience was at their school or anything that they went through. So, but as far as me, like, mine has just been a progression, and I'm thanking God for taking me through that progression and taking me through the hard times, so I'm seeing the benefits of a lot of things now, even though I have a lot more to see. But I know freshman year for me was real struggling. Like, I struggled a lot my freshman year. I was a mechanical engineer major. I switched my major, but my freshman year I was a mechanical engineer major, going in with high hopes. Because I knew that I was a smart guy. I came out honors classes, undergraduate, all of those type of things. Like, all three of us are undergraduates, so we just tried to keep that.
I'm glad y'all said that. I'm glad
Right.
you said that. Thank you, middle.
Right.
Thank you, middle guy.
But all three of us are undergraduates, so we were just trying to keep that, consistent with us, letting everyone know, as well as ourselves, that we can get the books and be on the field as well, and be on the track as well. So, but my freshman year, I had some real tough classes right from the get-go. My schedule wasn't no joke, and doing that, and as well as not really being on the field as I'm used to being, like, because being on the field, playing and doing what you love or what you're there for. Like, this is what I'm 5 hours away from home for.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting the opportunity to be on the field and play. So that was stressful. The classes were stressful. And I just thankful to God that I have, like, great parents that was able to continue to encourage me, and great brothers that call me, check up on me, and make sure that I'm okay. Like, that helped, but I was going through a battle mentally. So I eventually got out of that. Like I said, it was a lot of things. Went to the next semester. It got a little better. Went to the next semester. Just taking it, day by day. It helped a lot. But like I said, where I am now and where God has allowed me to be, I'm very thankful. So
I'm glad you guys are holding on to the spiritual side of things. I mean, that people just don't understand how important that is, to have God first. Even when I post my podcast, my hashtag, I started posting them. I put God first hashtag I'm gonna put on there is God, and then I'll do everything after that. I have to give God credit, because, like, I feel like He's the one that inspired me to start this journey with the podcast.
Definitely.
And to hear you guys constantly mention your parents and God, that means a lot to me. I mean, especially being that I've seen you guys. I think I changed one of y'all Pampers, I think, one time. But that aside, on a serious tip, I'm just glad that you guys have just gravitated to that spiritual side, because it really does mean a lot. And you can't say enough about good parents, because, I mean, to have y'all parents here present, just off camera here, that means a lot to me too. You, same question.
Mine would just be time management, because a lot of people try to stress themselves out because they don't know how to set their schedule up and work within practices and classes and study hall and still have a quality time. Like, for me, I had great advisors at University of South Carolina. They check up on me, make sure they text me the week before, and they say, have you finished this assignment for such and such, or did you take this quiz or test? And most of the time I already have it done. So I like to stay ahead of my work, like, at least 2 days. I finished study hall like 2 days before, just so I can have more quality time to myself and just relax or study some more film. And I just really try to not stress myself out because I went in college early. I went in January, and I ended up I came back for graduation around May. So I ended up going to college early so I could be in the spring. So I was just trying to learn the way around with the coaches, and a lot of coaches on my head heavy because they wanted me to play early. So with just going through practice and trying not to stress myself out, because I'm so used to being the top guy on the field, and it wasn't seeming like that going through our practices and stuff. Like, I was struggling a little bit, but I just had to keep praying and working throughout the process, and just maintaining that everything happens for a reason. So if God put me in this situation, He obviously wants me to succeed. So I was just trying to work through those situations. With my grades was, I always stayed on top of my books. I haven't finished lower than 3.0 since I've been at South Carolina. So I've been doing good with my grades and everything. So I really just say time management.
Okay. I got to go back to that parent thing. I want each one of you guys to answer this question individually. Um, you know, what do you most admire about your parents? You can answer first, Jalen.
I would just say how they never gave up on us. Cause it was times like I know my dad. You seen him how he would.
Yeah, you talk a lot.
Yeah, he stay on top of us, and sometimes like we would get to that stage we feel like we could talk back, and like we would bump heads, but he would never just say, okay, forget it, you on your own. Like try to figure it out on yourself. He would always be there for our backbone. And our mama, she did the piece of the work that people never seen. Like when my dad couldn't help us work out, she'd be out there on the track with us, helping us work out and stuff. And like giving a lot of people don't believe this, but like cooking the right food for your kids, that helps a lot on the field. Like a lot of people like eat junk food throughout the week and stuff like that. But she
I stress that to my boys all the time.
She have a full course meal from Monday through Friday, every single, never missed a meal, none of that. So and then just waking us up in the morning, make sure we get ready for school, all that. Like never late to school, stayed on top of our grades. So just them just having our back whenever we needed them. That's really what I admire.
Okay, what about you, Gerald?
I say pretty much of the same. Like it was just funny because last week we had went through like the old cameras and stuff like that, like family cameras that we had, just showing like old videos of us, old pictures, like, and just seeing that stuff and seeing how young we were and how long this journey has been with them, like knowing that I know my dad probably thought a lot in his mind, just like, we doing all this, I'm taking him through this working out, but he never knew where we would be, and the fact that we're here now and still going, still elevating, it's kind of, I know that puts a smile on his face as well as it does ours, because it's like some people do a lot of stuff and do a lot of parenting, a lot of things for it not to end up good in the end. And I know that's probably, not speaking to anyone else or speaking down, but I know that's depressing to a point, because it seems like, we did all this and it just didn't work out. But I know that God is the main reason, because he was the center of the whole family, is why we are here today. But like I said, me and my dad, we're pretty much the same person to a point. So that's why I feel like, me and him go at it sometimes, like, because he want to get his point across, I want to get mine across. But I know that he knows who I am and I know who he is. He knows my heart, I know his heart. So, and I know that we love each other. And as well as my mom, like, I go to my mom about anything. That's like, look at her as basically like my best friend for real. So I can talk to her about anything. She'll always be there for me. She know when I'm walking through the house, if I got a look on my face, she gonna come in my room.
Well, you look enough like
exactly. If I got a look on my face,
I can tell you that much.
I got a look on my face. If she come in the room, she gonna be like, what's bothering you today? I might not even think that she even noticed anything, but me knowing that it's something wrong with me, or that like it's something I need to talk about something, she'll just know without me even saying nothing. So I just having that connection with my parents and being able to talk to them about stuff, like it's real good.
Okay. You think you're a ladies' man too, don't you?
I am.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So I'll break it down between mom and dad. I'll start with my father. So the greatest thing I admire about my father is his drive and determination to get things done, and also his, I guess you could say, jack of all trades. He brought us up knowing how to do different things. Oh, you gonna learn how to cut grass. Oh, we about to teach you. We about to go take you learn how to swim. Oh, you about to go learn how to cut these hedges. Everything. Like, I talk to some of my friends now. Some people don't know how to cut grass. Some people don't know how to swim. Some people don't know how to wash their clothes. We thank our mom for that too. Like, they brought us up. So I admire that drive and determination from them to make sure that we knew what to do when we got of age and was older and everything. And my mom, I just admire her faith. I always tell people that I admire my mom's faith. She has one of the strongest faith. She's a faith walker. She's a strong faith walker, and that encourages me every day. Even when things don't seem like they're gonna work out, she always say, God is gonna work it out. God is gonna work it out. I didn't understand what that meant until I started going through what I'm going through now. And like my dad was saying today, faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. You're not going to always see what's lying ahead, but my mom will always say God is going to work it out, and next thing you know, boom, it's worked out. So that's what I admire about both of them. They both taught us how to believe, how to go to God about everything, go to him in prayer about everything. So I just admire them bringing us up in God as well. Because without him, the determination, the drive, none of that would have been there in the first place. We wouldn't have been here without God. So, yeah.
Would you guys all three recommend God? I mean, are you guys? I know you're not ashamed of God because you're on a podcast now, voicing that, your ideas about him. But do you guys try to announce that amongst your friends, or do you
Yeah. Definitely. Especially a lot of the guys on the team, because a lot of guys on the team they just go throughout college thinking everything gonna be okay without having a relationship with God, and I'm like, they go, and then sometimes that'll lead to the field because they'll go on the field nervous. And like, I never entered a game where I was nervous because I knew whatever happened, God was the reason that happened. So it's a lot of like the closer guys on my team. I try to get them. I always told them about my dad. He was a pastor. They knew that when I was coming in, and I was like, he goes live every Sunday on Facebook. You can go watch it, or you can come. It's a church that I go to down in South Carolina. It's Travis Green Church, and I go there. I bring a lot of my friends. I was actually brought there from one of my friends named David Spalding, and he introduced me into that church, and I've been going ever since. And if I can't go there, I'll watch my father on live, and I'll try to get him to join as well. So.
What about you, Gerald?
I feel like I've just seen and had, so many experiences where it's like, a lot of people try to have those realization moments, like I went into college obviously knowing who God is, knowing that I have a pretty good relationship with him, but I feel like the more you go through things and you can see that you're getting chances and you can see that things just popping up without even knowing like who's praying for you behind closed doors, like that lets me know that God is real. And it's like, I feel like for someone to have that many moments and to have that many things and to still come out better than what you were, it can't be nobody else but God. Like, because at times where I probably didn't know my mom and dad was praying for me, at times that I wouldn't even felt like I couldn't pray for myself, like their prayers trickled on down to me, and I just ended up in a such better like position or situation. So just knowing that and keeping that mindset, knowing that God is always going to work it out, knowing that he can, like, people always try to give out the thing, I can't physically see God. It's not like, I don't get into that, because it's like the fact that just because I can't physically see him is faith, and I believe that he has blessings for me later on down the line. So it's like, I just have no choice but to
y'all
believe.
boys are really on the right path, man. I just can't believe I've met 3 people so young, so early in their journeys and careers that are so rooted in the spiritual side. I mean, I just can't believe it. You just don't find this type of dedication this day and time. And back when I was coming up, and your father, it was a dime a dozen. But this is very rare.
Yeah.
And y'all 3 are brothers, man.
Yep.
So what about you? Do you express your?
I walk boldly in my faith, especially since I've seen God bring me out of situations that I didn't know how I was gonna get out of it, or how I was gonna have this money to do. Like, I've seen God work, so I walk boldly in my faith. My friends know, oh, here come Pastor James, youth Pastor James. They always they try to speak that over into my life. I'm like, y'all don't have the power to speak that over to me, but okay, we gonna laugh about it and stuff. But like my dad says again, let it be known. I let everybody know. Yes, I'm a pastor's kid. Stereotype me if you want. I don't care, but hey, I know I'm gonna receive what God has for me. I've recently with me being more bold in my faith, I've had people come to me through social media. Oh, I want to get closer to God. Oh, I need to know how to get started. I'm tired of what she said, being lukewarm in Christ. I don't want to be living in the world and living for God, like that, because that used to be me. I had my time in the world when I was in college. Now I'm ready to get on the full track with Christ. And now it's the next generation. Like you said, back in y'all day, it was a dime a dozen, but now it's very rare, especially since Christianity is kind of becoming a popularity in certain ways, and they're not really teaching the right word of God. They're making things seem like this is okay to do and this is okay to do, and you can still walk with God when that's not true. So I let my friends know, like, yes, I'm a pastor's kid. Yes, I go to church every Sunday. Yes, I participate in this and that. If you have anything that's going on that's going to involve me missing church or anything, I'm sorry, I can't be there. So, yeah.
Diet-wise, I know you mentioned eating a specific diet or by a specific diet. I guess we could start with you, Jalen. Do you dedicate yourself to eating by a particular regimen?
I would say I wouldn't say I'm the most healthiest person in the world, but I make sure whatever I put in my body isn't gonna hurt me. And if I like, of course I go eat like fast food or something like that. But it's what you do to try to like the working out that we do. I can eat like that because I work out enough to make sure my body is still healthy and the way I am. When I come back home, I have my mama's cooking, so I'm good. When I'm back at school, it's different. Like, I gotta go get food on my own, and I be in a rush most of the time. So, but I do enough working out where I make sure I keep my body in a healthy position. And we have the nutritionist at our school make sure we stay on a certain weight throughout the week. If we don't stay on a certain weight throughout the week, we gotta drink a certain amount of bottles of water so we can gain that weight back. And if they see we losing weight, then make sure we eat either eat something healthy after practice or have a healthy meal plan throughout the week so we can gain that weight back. So.
Oh, well, I wanted to know that your mom mentioned to me that she's a health fanatic as well. She's off camera over there, but what about you, Gerald?
Yeah, I say the same thing because I was going to say exactly what he said. Like, to a point, I wouldn't say that I'm the healthiest eater, but like as much as we have put into our bodies, like work ethic and how much we do lift and work out and stuff, like every now and then you can,
indulge.
Exactly. You can't.
Well, you don't have a reason so much
but,
no more, but do you still eat by a healthy routine?
Yeah. I try to make sure because I'm not running as often, so I'm trying to make sure I stay slim and have a nice little body and don't get fat. But yeah, and then plus I'm in the healthcare field, so it's like I see people that come into the hospital every day with diabetes, high cholesterol, hypertension, hyperglycemic. Like, you see all that stuff, and it's like, yeah, I'm not trying to live like that because it's sad. So I make sure like I still eat my vegetables, I still drink water every day. And you want your, like, I had a incident the other day where everything wasn't moving right in the system, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's time for me to start back drinking your water, eating your fiber, so you can get everything moving like it's supposed to move. But yeah.
Okay. You guys want to talk about any injuries you've had? I don't know.
I had a hamstring injury in well, no, when I was younger, I had injuries, but one that really hit me the most was a strained hamstring in college, where it kind of messed up my junior year of college. I wasn't able to really run how I wanted to because we had a conference championship and I was hurt, so I wasn't able to put my all into it. But yeah, that was the most traumatic injury for me.
Okay. What about you, Gerald?
I never really had any season. Yeah, it like, and that's another thing. I really just feel like that's God, because now in college, like in high school, I feel like it's a little bit different. I fractured my right hand in high school. Wore a cast, but I was a left-handed quarterback, and I fractured my right hand. So I had.
Was that for Putnam or?
Yeah, that was for Putnam.
Okay.
And I had a cast on, and when that happened, like I was devastated because it was like I had like 5 or 6 camps that I was planning on going to, this and that. Like I just didn't know what to do, but I just went out there one day and just started throwing. I realized I could still throw with the cast on my right hand. So I had played a game, went to camps, talked to coaches. Like it just brought more leverage to me because I was the only guy at the camp playing quarterback with a cast on. So like all the coaches came up to me and asked me, like what happened, this and that. All right, I'm gonna be watching you. Like, so that just brought a lot. And then when I first got to college, my first practice at Tennessee Tech, I tore a ligament in my right thumb. So I was sick again because I was like, I just didn't know what was going on. Like I just left from a hand injury. Now I'm right back in college. First practice, hand injury. But the same thing happened. Like I didn't stop. Like I put a cast on and was still practicing every day with a cast on. So, but like I just seeing a lot of injuries, how they are in college now, like it's so quick to see guys torn hamstring, torn ACL, torn MCL, like shoulder injury. And it'll be off the most simplest things. So it's like, I just truly thank God for keeping us, like all 3 of us, in good enough shape to where we could still keep going, like, or not it not be that serious, but we could still keep going. Because a lot of guys they get an injury, they out for a year, season injury, career-ending injury. So it's like they'll never play, ball again. So just thanking God that we haven't had anything like that, and He's still, watching over us and stuff. So.
Okay, what about you, Jalen?
For me, I had a couple injuries, but it was my junior year in high school. I had fractured my thumb, and it was the last game of the season. It was the third playoff game. Yeah, the third playoff game, and I had fractured it like right before halftime. But I didn't know it was fractured until like probably a week later because I was just thinking it was just like I felt it popping in and popping out, but I'm like I had to be straight. So, but once I realized how swollen it kept getting, it wasn't going out. Then we ended up going to the doctor, and they told me it was fractured, and that was kind of depressing to me because I had got invited to a lot of camps throughout the season to go to boost my recruitment because I think I only had 2 offers then, Southeast Missouri and Georgia Southern, and I wanted more, and I felt like that held me back a little bit, I thought, but God had a different plan because came January, I had got off from South Carolina, and after that, that's when my recruitment shot off. So I was going through that, and then I was playing baseball that year too. So I think when I got my cast took off, my thumb was starting to heal. I started playing 7-on-7 football to boost my recruitment once again, and we was out of a scrimmage, I think, a 7-on-7, and I had went up for an interception, and I came down and I like twisted my wrist, so I had to wear a brace for that too for like a couple weeks. So I was also in track season, running track, and I ended up straining my hamstring literally right after I got my brace took off from my wrist. So it was like things that kept happening back to back to back, but it never failed because at the end of that March I ended up with 25 offers. So I just wanted to thank that's God to me because I didn't go to I went to one camp, an Under Armour camp, and I couldn't even do none of the one-on-one stuff. All I did was drills. But one of the coaches said I probably had one of the best feet out there. So that was good for me because I got to go to that. But after that, I didn't really go to no other camps, but my name was just getting moved around and popped around to different coaches from my film. So, yeah, that's pretty much all the injuries I had. And I had a slight injury in college. I had strained my hamstring in my last game, the Clemson game. But 2 weeks, I just sat down for 2 weeks, and it was all good after that.
What's your strongest asset?
On the field? I'd say my instincts.
What about you, Gerald?
Really just physicality, honestly. If you're not physical out there, it's pretty much over with for you. Because them folks too big to be playing around with.
Okay, so I want you guys to tell the audience why you two chose football. Individually. You can go why Gerald.
I originally chose baseball. Baseball was my main number one sport at one point. We was both obviously 4 sport athletes. I stopped playing basketball my sophomore year for baseball because I just felt like basketball wasn't like I was good, I could play, but it was like that was at the moment the things that I had set up for baseball. It was like that was kind of just getting in the way. So and to take a load off my parents too, I just went ahead and dropped basketball and kept playing baseball. And then I also stopped playing football for baseball. So I didn't play football my 6th grade year. I played my 7th. I didn't play 8th grade or 9th grade. I didn't play football. I played straight baseball and ran track. And so that was really my main thing. And then my sophomore year is when I started playing back football at Baldwin here. So I played at Baldwin for that one season, did pretty good. Then we moved to Putnam. And my junior year, I was still playing baseball. I just stopped playing travel baseball because travel baseball was a lot of money. And I was playing on the real good top team. So that money to put in for that, it was kind of getting hectic. So I just stuck to playing high school baseball and playing football. So my junior year was when, I did pretty good. I had a good season. And then I started putting my film out there and stuff. And it was just, it was slow. I don't think I got my first offer for football until the summer of my senior year. Yeah, I think I didn't get my first offer for football until the summer of my senior year. So but I was still playing baseball, high school baseball, and I went to a couple camps for baseball with some of my other friends, not really for me, but just for them, because I didn't baseball it didn't become as important then because football started rolling. But I went there and I talked to those coaches and everything, and they was like, man, you should probably start taking baseball a little more serious, because you're a really good player. And that just had my mind thinking because I had already committed to Tennessee Tech. And I was like, I don't know. I had to talk to my dad about it, but it wasn't a lot because I knew what I had already signed up for football, and I just pursued that. But baseball was definitely my first love for real.
Okay. What about you?
It's always been football for me. Growing up, I was an aggressive child. I love hitting people on the field. I don't know what it was for me, but I just love being aggressive on the field. And as soon as I picked up a football, I fell in love. But I also played other sports. I played baseball, basketball, and ran track, and I was good at all three of those sports. I had a couple interests for track, but it wasn't nothing compared to football because I started leaning towards baseball a little bit more because that's what me and Gerald was both doing. And my parents kept telling me about the money and stuff, about how you can make out of baseball, how early you can go into the league and get money. But I just had to fall for my love because that's just really what I was brought up on. So yeah, it's always been football for me.
Okay. So, and you cross country runner, right?
And track.
Track.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what made you aspire to do that? Yeah.
Well, it was something that was the first thing our dad put us in was track before any.
How old were you guys
sport.
when y'all initially were introduced to track? How old were you?
Well, I was 6. Jalen was 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how he introduced you guys to the to sports. Period.
Yeah.
And y'all ran track from.
I ran track from 6 to I was 22.
And you.
I stopped running track. I stopped running track for like 2 years in middle school, but that was it. Like
You sound more like your dad than any of all. I'm serious. You got that undertone like your dad for real. You sound just like him almost.
But yeah, I stopped running track for like maybe 2 years. But after that, I mean, like track, like he told us, track is the root for everything. Like if you're not fast, then
The foundation.
it's nothing. So, but
He was the greatest analyst I ever
Exactly.
seen. I only know one person that could rival him, but I believe your daddy got him beat. He could look at a situation on sports and tell you exactly what went wrong. I'm telling you.
But
I don't
yeah.
care what it is.
yeah, we was definitely rooted in track. Like I said, I still finished my junior year, ran track. Senior year, ran track. Me and Jalen both went to state, did real good. Placed top 3, long jump. My senior year, he won the long jump. I got 3rd. But we went to state with like 5 or 6 guys and ended at 5th in the whole meet, like overall as a team. So we had like three different three different events that we had to run, each. So yeah, it was a lot, but
Okay. We're going to try to tie this up. So, advice that you guys would have for the young people that are in school now that may be aspiring to go to college or maybe interested in going pro. I mean, we're not saying you guys or may not make it or anything like that, but you are aspiring to
Definitely.
go pro. So to get to the point where you are now, I want you guys to advise. What would you advise to young people, out there, even if they're just going to college?
I would say just stay grounded. Don't just because you have a little setback, don't just give up on your dream. Because all it takes is one play or one game that can change your whole entire life. And like some people, they go out and they were like, "Oh, I didn't do good in this game, so I'm just gonna quit." Like I done had a couple games when I was younger where everything just didn't go the way I wanted to, and I could have just gave up. But I had great parents that told me to just keep pushing, keep striving, because you never know what's on the back end or what God has for you. And I just bring it up into my first college game because I wasn't expected to play as a freshman. Like they told me, they was like, you'll be a backup or a sub guy. Like we'll get you in when we trying to get an extra DB in the field. But I didn't want that to be my future for my freshman year. I wanted to play right now, get my name out there quick. So my first play of the game, the starter safety ended up going down and getting hurt, and the coaches wasn't expecting that. So they ended up putting me in, and they put me in. My parents were shocked in the game. They didn't even realize I was in the game at first because how fast it happened. So I ended up finishing the game with 12 tackles, and after that, it was just history. I became a freshman All-American. So I just want to just let everybody know, just stay grounded and don't give up on your dream just because of a little setback.
Okay. What about you, Gerald?
Main thing I would probably say is just consistency. Whatever you was doing in the beginning, no matter what you go through, continue to do those good things that's in your mind to not have or allow you to stop. Like I had to do a rethink myself and rethink my whole purpose of being up in Tennessee and being at that school. Like I had to remember that I can't give up on myself. Like regardless of what, like I've done too much to get here to just give up. Like I've put too much work in to just give up on myself. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that until after the fact. Like, some people do stuff all their lives, they worked so hard for it, and as soon as something happened, it's like, oh man, like all that's down the drain. What am I doing now? Like, what am I supposed to do? Just go back to what you was doing in the beginning. Go back to that mindset that you had, that you knew you wasn't gonna let nothing or nobody stop you. Like, and that's what I had to have. Like, regardless if I knew that Jalen was at South Carolina and he's blowing up right now, I had to do my, like, because it's for me. Like, this is my future. Like, I didn't choose the school that I chose just because he was there. Like, that was me talking to God and asking him what is the best situation for me. Like, is the best situation for me to be up there with him or to be someplace else? But just being able to even be in that position, I really got emotional about that, being at school, knowing that, oh man, I went to this, it was still D1, Division I, that was where I, like, that's what I aspired to be, a Division I athlete. But, going to that school and being able to be where I am now, it just made me think that everything that I want to happen is possible. Like, anything that I want to happen and want to go get is possible. Like, so don't let anybody tell you that anything is something's impossible. You can't do it, like, because you can if you want to. And like, just the whole thing was staying consistent. Like, consistency is everything. So.
Okay. What about you, JJ?
I would say preparation and determination. Prepare yourself for where you want to be. If you know you want to go to college, start looking up colleges. Start researching those colleges. Start researching what you want to major. Start researching that major. The determination, you just got to have the drive to be able to want to do that. If you know that's what you want to do in life, go for it. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't. Don't let nobody tell you that it's too hard, because God made you for what he has. He has a plan for your life. And then last, I just want to say, seek God. Once you put God in everything, it's going to work out. It may not go the way you want it or the way that you think it should go, but then you will look back once God do bless you with it. You was like, dang, I needed that to make it to where I'm at now. I needed that to help me push myself to keep going, to know that when I get into another tough situation, I'm going to make it out. So yeah, always seek God, put him in everything that you do, and that's what I encourage for this next generation.
Man, y'all parents did a wonderful job. I can only hope that I do half as good as y'all parents did with y'all, boy. Yeah, gracious. What kind of switches y'all use? My goodness, man, these jokers. I'm just impressed with all three of y'all, man. Like I said, I haven't seen you two guys in so long. So gracious, man. I'm blown away, man. I really am. I can't say. I'm speechless. I really am. I mean, y'all guys have been really ironed and pressed and starched to a level that y'all don't even understand right now. I think you guys are gonna have to get a little older and reflect back on just where you are mentally. I mean, it's so important that you guys have a strong mind, for one, strong will and determination. We didn't get into your girlfriends and stuff. I don't even think that's necessary. So we don't, But man, I'm really, really proud, and really, James, y'all have done a great job, man. I mean, I really have done a great job. You guys far exceeded my expectations. But like I said, I talk to you all the time because I still deal with him. But you guys are out of state, so man, it was a very, 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 very good pleasure having you guys here, man.
Thank you for having us.
I can't even say enough about that, man. Good gracious, to have three brothers on this level of with the mindset you guys got, man, I'm amazed. Like I said, so it was good having you guys here. I hope one of these days when y'all boys make it pro, y'all come back here and to my little humble little studio and give me an interview then.
We got you.
Yeah. Okay. With a free cut.
With a free cut. Exactly.
Yeah,
now
of course.
Them new prices he trying to right.
You told him about the new prices. Well, y'all too close. So y'all are real close then. Y'all get along better than y'all did when y'all were young.
Yes.
JJ, you don't mess with him no more, do you?
I still mess with him.
He do. JJ, boy, I tell you. But anyway, it was good having y'all, man.
Definitely.
Okay. We're going to cut it off right there, Jeremiah.